All right, we are back. We do apologise there for I would have absolutely zero idea what happened. It just got kicked off for some reason, but we are back.
Help keep you going with a
men's fours. There was a big bowl played before. Now a bit of weight coming. And the Victorians, we believe, are holding a couple, so we do apologise.
Yeah, it was a big bowl by Brian Bowles. He was at least 2 to 3 down. Come through, trailed the jack, moved it to the left of screen. Potentially has 2 or 3 here.
If he's got 3, that is ginormous. Because then they're in the box seat where they might only have to drop 1 and they can still...
4.
That's 4. That is an absolutely huge collect.
Yep.
And now the Queenslanders have to score a 3.
A 3 to go through. Wow, that was a massive bowl by Brian Bowles.
So here it is. Queensland, the Bradley team, have to score a 3.
That's probably shot of the day too, unfortunately. And sorry, viewers, that we missed that. That was a cracking bowl.
Technology. We love it, but we also hate it.
Sweet and sour. Well,
14-7. 13 minutes to go. Final end underway. So just a 3 needed. They haven't scored.
Good start here by Colin. He's back.
And this is what I said, Paul, in that run of ends that they had, this Queensland squad, when they won, 6 out of 7 ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 7 ends. They needed more multiples. One of them was a multiple, 5 singles, and that's not going to be enough. So we do apologise. We are back.
Well, another good-looking bowl coming in here by Mr. Black. Oh, it's just going to pull up. He's holding 2 at the moment.
So when you're chasing a number, you need to be passed, and that's what Troy Purdue was with his first. They're chasing 3. They get a 3, they still lose, but they go through. They score a 2 or less, or the Victorians win the end. The Victorians... Lawrence Ford, Colin Black, Jason Hurd, Brian Bowles go through to the knockout rounds. And of course, there's next best qualifiers. There's 25 of them, I believe, so they might still get through. Never know. That's not going to help.
Team Bowles, the Victorians. Holding 2 by the looks of things. What can Mark Tilney do?
So
this is tracking well here, Val.
It is.
Well, he's cut it back.
Mm-hmm. So the story of the match has said after the first end, the Queenslanders were in the knockout rounds. From ends 2 all the way through to 9, the Victorians were. From ends 10 through to 13, the Queenslanders were. And after end 14, the Victorians are now back into the knockout rounds. Momentum swings are plenty. Narrative changes are plenty. Bowls can be so wonderful and so cruel at the same time.
But as we know, anything can happen, Val. What can Mark do here? It's coming. Here it comes into screen. No, just a little bit wide. Could be second shot.
They need 3.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Well, 2 big bowls by Brian Bowles. We had when he was 5 down, he cut it back to 1.
And that was it.
That was a big bowl, and then
another big one, same direction, going south.
Correct.
When he made a 4.
what the big skippers get paid for, Val. Come the moment, come the man.
Well,
Oh, wow.
speaking of coming
Here
the
we
man,
go, Stephen.
and that's very close to 2. Very close to 2. And look, they probably wouldn't be as aware of the situation because of what's happening on the rink on a different green. But we are. It was 16-8 last time we checked in favour of the Jessup team, so very hard to come back from 8 with 3 ends to go. So that result, probably a foregone conclusion. Jason Hurd, with his final bowl.
On his forehand, left a screen. Can he get through that gap? He wants to cut it back.
Not sure that he has.
Oh, no.
Stephen Bradley.
I think it's only one, Val.
Yeah, but touch of this jack.
They need 3, don't they?
Yeah,
the
makes
Queenslanders.
it very dangerous. Stephen
Here we
Bradley,
come.
he can arrive. If he can sit, get a rub and stop. No. But good home to be in. So they need a 3, the Queenslanders.
Skip needs to just remove this bowl, left a screen in front of the blue bowl. You can come and land on that. Just give that a push out.
Well, there's your 4.
That's right.
So look,
It's easier said than done,
yes.
though.
Look, they're not going to win this match. We know that.
He could play to land on that with a bit of weight, push that through, stay, and I reckon that's their bowl over there too. To 10 o'clock.
So the result on the next rink over, 17-8, game over there. The Jessup team wins. So we know that Team Bowls is going to win this game. That's foregone conclusion now, looking at what the head looks like. There's absolutely no way that Team Bradley can get an 8. They can't win, but they can get a 3 and still go through. Very important that they do that. This is going to scoot through, but it's not a bad...
Right, here we go. What's he going to do? He's
bad home to be in.
He's going to have to play with a bit of weight here. Look for that bowl. Or is he just going to try and draw a 3rd bowl?
They might favour themselves for 2. Oh, needs a little lucky rub. It's not going to get there, and this is going to be almightily difficult now. Final bowl for Brian Bowles.
Probably only holding 1, Val. Let's see what Brian can do here.
Kevin may need to come down and have a look. Brian Bowles.
Oh, hello. Here it comes. Oh, my goodness.
And I think
that might have put a nail in the coffin.
Well, look, he's got to come down and have a look. And come down and have a look.
I don't think they understand the situation.
Well, yeah, they wouldn't really know. Oh, hang on. Come on, Stephen. There we go. Perfect. So he's coming down the line. They need a 3.
Looks a bit tight, Val.
He's in a good area. Will he promote anything up?
Well, he has, but...
That is going to be...
I think that's 1 to Victoria.
It is 1 taken out, and...
Bad luck.
I'll measure for the second.
He needed 3. Doesn't look overly concerned.
No.
Oh, well.
They're up here for a bit of fun.
Well, they live locally.
Yeah. So, that is going to be...
Just 1.
Yep, just the 1. And...
that puts Team Bowls through.
That is correct. Well, the narrative of the day was after the first end, they picked up a 4, but it still meant that the Queensland team skipped by Kevin Bradley, would go through from ends 2 all the way through to the end of end 9. they were in, the Victorians. After that, from ends 10 all the way through to 13, the Queenslanders were through. And from the penultimate end, the Victorians with a big 4 get the job done. They win at 15-7. Lawrence Ford, Colin Black, Jason Hurd and Brian Bowles are through to the knockout rounds of the Australian Open in the men's 4s. Mark Tilney, Troy Purdue, Stephen Bradley and Kevin Bradley. A brilliant performance there, but couldn't quite get through. They might still on next best, but it'll be all the more difficult there. Only be +1 at the end of the day. So Paul Holschke, thank you very much.
Pleasure, Val. Honoured to be here.
It's been a big day of men's 4s actions. A big thank you to Paul. A big thank you to Andrew Howie for jumping on as well. And Lachlan Williams back on board with us here at Bowls Australia. Great to have him back for a few days here at the
What's
AO.
on tomorrow, Val?
Women's 4s action from 9 a.m. So stay tuned at 7 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time on Bowls Australia's Facebook page, and we'll let you know who is playing. So plenty more still to come from Val Furbo, Paul Holschke and Lachlan Williams. We wish you a good night.